So I want to talk about the difference between curing illness and healing illness. We hear a lot in the press about wanting to find a cure for this, wanting to find a cure for that. However, I'm really quite skeptical about the value of that way of looking at things. So I want to explain why. This is my very simple diagram for a body. And let's say we have some kind of symptom going on in the body, maybe some chestiness or some breathing problems, some asthma. Then the Western approach is, okay, here it is going on in the lung. We want to find a cure for that lung problem. We want to find usually a drug or some kind of intervention that's going to change what's happening in the lung. With, for example, asthma, there are various drugs which have somewhat an effect, but they're not really looking at, very often they don't actually heal the asthma completely. They don't get rid of the asthma completely, they're just treating the symptoms. From a more holistic point of view, such as in Far Eastern macrobiotic medicine, we have a different approach. If someone has a problem such as asthma in the lung, then the question we want to ask is what's happening in the body, and then what is causing the problem in the body. So there's obviously something going on in the lungs in this example. The small air passages are becoming swollen, making it difficult to breathe. But rather than looking for a cure, something to change that swelling, we want to ask, well, what's causing that swelling in the first place? So in a more holistic way of looking at things, this could be from certain foods. Certain foods cause tissues to swell. Certain foods have a negative effect on the lungs. In macrobiotics, we would call these generally more yin, more expansive foods, including things like sugar, sugary foods, caffeine, alcohol, soft drinks containing a lot of sugar and artificial chemicals, also more tropical fruits. All of these foods tend to cause swelling in tissues. They tend to be more watery, loosening type foods. So certain foods may well be contributing to that problem. Then also people's breathing may not be very deep. It's very good to be breathing not only with the lungs but also from the abdomen, which we're going to show you in a separate video, is on abdominal breathing. So people's breathing may be shallow, which can create extra pressure in the chest. So people's breathing may be having an effect. Maybe people's emotions sometimes can have an effect, especially if people suffer from anxiety and panic attacks and that kind of thing. That also brings a lot of energy, blood, fluid up into the lungs, and can trigger an asthma attack. Also, for some people, allergens such as dust or cat hairs may trigger the problem, which in Oriental medicine, that susceptibility to outside triggers, which we call allergies, again would be seen as showing that there's an imbalance in the functioning of the lung for these kinds of reasons. So a macrobiotic approach to helping breathing problems or a problem like asthma would be to look at these things, to change these things, to look at making changes in food and breathing and emotions, maybe taking more exercise, learning abdominal breathing, and changing the condition of the lungs, which then changes the symptoms. So we change the condition. These are the causes down here. So we change the causes, which changes the condition in the lungs, which then changes the symptom. This is what I would call healing. This is working at a much deeper level than trying to find cures for a problem. Sometimes cures work quite well, and you know, we should be very grateful when Western medicine has come up with certain cures. But many health problems, despite an enormous amount of money and effort being spent on trying to find cures, they still haven't found cures. And I think for many problems, they never will find a cure, because they're not looking at what is causing the problem. If you really want to change a problem, you have to look at what's causing the problem, not just how to change it once it's already happened. So the approach that we really want to encourage in all our classes here at the International Macrobiotic School are to look more deeply into the foundations of health with our food, our emotions, our breathing, our exercise, our lifestyle, and how to heal health problems, you know, at this level to give really true healing. So please come along and take one of our courses, or have a look at our other videos. Thank you.